All right, you lazy bones. Have you ever heard of a marathon where the runners look like a bunch of escaped garden gnomes? Where the rubber boots are glowing and the sweat is splashing like a pork roast in the oven?
Yeah, sure. The annual rubber boot throwing competition in Buxtehude. Pure excitement.
Haha, very funny. I'm talking about the Australian ultramarathon, 875 kilometers across the outback. That's where the wheat is separated from the chaff, or rather the sneaker from the rubber boot.
Oh yeah, the marathon where even kangaroos give up. But honestly, who would run that far voluntarily?
Imagine you're one of those super fit athletes, high-tech outfit sponsor logos up to your ears. You're standing at the starting line, and next to you,
It's a grandma with a walker.
almost. Next to you stands Cliff Young, 61 years old, potato farmer by profession and on his feet,
Flip-flops.
rubber boots. Thick, clunky rubber boots as if he's about to go out to pasture to herd sheep.
Okay, that's absurd, but let's be honest, the guy doesn't stand a chance against all the pros.
You're wrong, my friend.
Uh.
Cliff Young not only took part, he rolled up the whole shop.
What? The guy with the rubber boots won? That's a bad joke.
No joke. He left the competition so far behind that they thought he had a secret motor built into his rubber boots.
Wait a minute, you're telling me that this Cliff Young, who looks like a sleepy garden gnome, outshone all the well-trained Adonis types?
That's exactly how it was. And do you know how he did it? With a running style that looks like he's sleeping and dancing at the same time. The Young Shuffle, a mix of shuffling, rocking, and tripping.
The guy was dancing at a marathon. I don't believe it.
Yes, yes. Cliff just did his thing day and night nonstop, just like he was used to driving his sheep across the fields.
And the other runners, they probably looked pretty stupid, right?
They laughed at first, thought the grandpa would get lost in the next bush. But
Or started sweating.
Exactly. Cliff overtook one after the other, and in the end, you have two guesses.
He won! With rubber boots, without a break.
Incredible. But tell me, what did the guy actually take? Doping for pensioners. Nonsense. Cliff Young was as clean as a freshly cleaned pigsty. His secret: endurance, mental strength, and rubber boots.
Yeah, the rubber boots, too. They were his trademark, his statement, his middle finger to the established running world.
Okay, that's a cool story. But what are we mere mortals supposed to learn from it now? Should we all put on rubber boots and start running?
Well, of course, it's not that simple. But Cliff Young shows us.
That you can still let it all out at 61. The main thing is you have the right shoes. Rubber boots.
Exactly. Cliff Young showed us that age is just a number and that you should never give up on your dreams, even if everyone else thinks you're crazy.
But let's be honest, most of us aren't marathon runners. What does this story have to do with our everyday lives? Should we all go to the office in rubber boots now?
Well, maybe not with rubber boots. But the point is, Cliff Young showed us how important mental strength is. He didn't let anything or anyone get him down, just did his thing and surprised everyone in the end.
Mental strength? That sounds so esoteric. Can you buy that somewhere? Is there a voucher code?
No, mental strength isn't a product you can buy at the supermarket. But you can train it, just like you train your muscles. Train! Great. I don't even feel like going to the gym, and now I'm supposed to train my mental strength too.
Hey, relax. It's not as bad as you think. Mental strength simply means learning to deal with your thoughts and feelings, focusing on your goals and not letting setbacks discourage you.
Sounds nice. But how's that supposed to work in practice? If I'm having a bad day and would rather stay in bed, how is mental strength supposed to help me?
Imagine you wake up in the morning and your inner voice whispers, "Stay in bed, sleepyhead. The day's going to be a disaster anyway." What do?
I turn over and go back to sleep. What else?
Wrong. You say to your inner voice, "Shut up, you grumpy Gus. I'm the boss here and I decide how my day goes."
Talk to my inner voice? Am I crazy then?
No, you're just mentally strong. The trick is to consciously control this inner dialogue and turn the negative voice into a positive one.
Okay, that sounds interesting. But how am I supposed to turn this negative voice into something positive? Should I give it a lollipop?
Almost. Instead of giving it candy, give it a clear message. When it says you can't do it anyway, you say, "Yes, I can do it. I am strong. I am talented, and I will be successful."
Sounds easy. But what if the fear still prevails? When I'm standing in front of an important presentation and I almost wet my pants.
Then you remember your successes, the times when you overcame your fear and achieved something great. You remember your strengths and say to yourself, "I can do this. I am a champion."
A champion? Me! With my 2 left feet and my chronic procrastination.
Yes, you too. Each of us has the potential to be a champion in our own field. It's about defining your goals, believing in yourself, and working hard for it. And of course,
wearing rubber boots, the ultimate weapon for mental strength.
Yeah, the rubber boots are a good symbol for the courage to be different and go your own way.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, it's not just about the shoes, it's about the attitude, the inner attitude.
Okay, I get it. You have to learn to control your inner voice, not let your fears and doubts get you down and...
Pursue your dreams, even if everyone else thinks you're crazy. Just like Cliff Young, the potato farmer with the rubber boots, who became a marathon hero.
Okay, Cliff Young's story is inspiring, but honestly, what's your personal message to our listeners? What should they take away from this story?
It's simple. Don't let anyone tell you what you can and can't do. Believe in yourself, pursue your goals with passion and perseverance.
Don't forget the rubber boots. You never know when you're going to have to run a marathon.
Right? Rubber boots are a must for every aspiring champion.
But seriously, are there any other tips on how to train your mental strength? Besides talking to your inner voice and wearing rubber boots?
Sure. There are many methods to improve your mental strength. Meditation, mindfulness, training, yoga, sports.
Wait a minute, you're not telling me I have to mutate into a yoga guru to be mentally strong, are you? I can already imagine myself hanging out in the lotus position trying to silence my inner voice.
No, you don't have to become a yoga guru right away. It's about finding techniques that help you to relax, focus your mind, and control your thoughts.
Okay, that sounds a bit more doable. But is there a trick to dealing with setbacks better? When I have to take another setback and would rather just throw everything away.
Setbacks are part of life, just like rainy days and traffic jams on the freeway. The important thing is how you deal with them. Instead of letting them discourage you, you see them as an opportunity to learn and grow. Analyze what went wrong. Learn from it. And
buy new rubber boots.
New rubber boots never hurt. But seriously, it's about not letting failures get you down, but accepting them as part of the journey.
Okay, that sounds a bit more philosophical.
Yeah.
But I think I get what you're getting at. You have to learn to see things more calmly, not let setbacks discourage you.
Always believe in your dreams. Just like Cliff Young, the potato farmer with the rubber boots, who showed us that anything is possible if you just believe in it hard enough.
Exactly. And if the doubts get the upper hand again and that inner voice starts whining, then grab your rubber boots
and run for your life. Almost. Run from your inner couch potato. Show it who's boss. And if you need an extra motivational boost, I can highly recommend the book, Poetry Master, The Power of Poetry in 7 Days.
Poetry. What does poetry have to do with mental strength and marathons? Should I start writing sonnets about my rubber boots now?
Well, maybe not so directly. But poetry can help you to sort your thoughts and feelings, promote your creativity, and develop new perspectives.
And that's supposed to help me run faster or silence my inner voice. Sounds kind of like a ripoff.
Give it a try. In Poetry Master, The Power of Poetry in 7 Days, you learn to use the power of words to explore your inner world and boost your mental strength.
Okay. I'm open to new things, but honestly, what's your personal message to our listeners? What should they take away from this whole story?
It's simple. Dare to do something. Be brave, be creative, be crazy. And if you're ever faced with a challenge, think of Cliff Young, the potato farmer with the rubber boots who turned the marathon world upside down.
And don't forget, rubber boots are the new running shoes.
That's right. Rubber boots poetry and a good dose of madness. That's the recipe for a successful and fulfilling life.
In this sense, let the corks pop, strap on your rubber boots, and conquer the world.
Goodbye, and see you next time, you everyday heroes. And don't forget to pick up your daily dose of poetry, available in Poetry Master, The Power of Poetry in 7 Days, in any good bookstore and online.
Ciao, Cacao. Take care and let the rubber boots smoke.